If you build it, they will come, says Mark Carney, elbows up. Well, I have to admit, he's, living by his sword, so to speak. He's fighting, he is, for the Canadian people. No, I sound a bit like a Mark Carney sycophant, but I do respect the geezer. I really do. He's playing the long game, he's planning. He knows exactly what he's doing to benefit the Canadian people. Meanwhile, you got a narcissist in the fucking White House in the United States of America who's just using, Charlie Kirk's murder as, because it's clearly it's obviously it's the trannies. They did it. It was the trannies, says Nancy Mace. It was the left. It was the Democrats. Oh, for fuck's sake! But no, it was a non-partisan geezer who happened to be from a Republican Mormon family. I'm sure he can bring that one up, is he? Anyway, he just likes to fluff his MAGA base, does old Orange von Schützenpanzer. He likes to fluff his MAGA base by attacking Canada as well. He's telling the Canadian people they're going to make it the 51st state. They're going to say the Canadian people have said, "Fuck you. It's time for a boycott." And they did. They showed it big time, didn't they? Crippling some of the United States businesses, the companies such as Jack Daniels and Levi's and others, all struggling to trade with Canada now because of the Mango Mussolini in the White House. But Mark Carney, he's playing the long game. He's actually doing stuff to make your lives better. Ain't that the point of a Prime Minister or a President? Stupid, isn't it? Well, Mark Carney's just announced some national building projects. Like I say, build it and they will come. Well, it's just on Thursday. 60 billion odd of worth to the economy. There's going to be about 5 major building projects, and 2 of them in British Columbia. LNG, Phase 2, and they're expanding the Red Chris mine. Is it a copper mine or something? Anyway, so that's all in British Columbia. But then you got like Darlington. There's going to be a new nuclear project there. Building nuclear missiles. No, power. All right, so. That's in Clarington and Ontario. There's the terminal container project, expanding the port of Montreal. And then you got have I spelt that wrong? Melivenia, anyway, whatever it's called, it begins with M, and it's a bay. All right, the copper mine there. There's shitloads of investment going on in Canada, and this encourages direct foreign investment. Other people's money, okay? Just like tourism is like an export. It's other people's money coming into your economy. Unlike the tariffs in the United States, it's their own money coming into the economy. How stupid is that? Well, Mark Carney, he did say, didn't he? Yeah, I just wrote down here. Just remind me. I knew I was going to forget. He did say to you that it was going to be tough. There are going to be hard times. He's been honest. And that's what people need. They need honesty. They need to know what the score is. And do they need to plan themselves? Do they need to put more food in their cupboards? Spend a little bit less money if they can't afford it. That sort of plan ahead. Knowing full well that things are going to get better. You can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs after all, That you can't. But once you've walked that chartered road, there will be national benefits at the end for the people. Mark Carney knows that. You voted with your heads. Not just your heart, but with your heads. But made that man your Prime Minister. Now for me, as a British citizen, I live in France or what have you, I had to go through feckin' Brexit. I'm thankful of Mark Carney and his efforts during the Brexit. Our economy would have flatlined. Our GDP would have been grossly affected rapidly. It was affected anyway, but it would have been a shitload feckin' worse. Because he made provisions within the Bank of England when he was a Bank of England governor. He's a very wise man. Okay? And, yeah, you got a good one there. You hold on to him as long as possible and make his job easier. Maybe persuade him a little bit to be a little bit more defensive regarding Donald Trump and his feckin' madness. You know, sometimes maybe he's just trying to keep him calm so he doesn't fire up. He knows full well that these trade deals, so-called trade deals negotiations, are a total waste of time with the United States because he keeps changing and moving the goalposts. Pointless. You've got to charter your own path. Pushing the United States back and just trade with the United States where you can using, well, Kushma and what have you, you know. Where you can. And that's generally only for the big business. Small businesses trying to trade with Kushma is impossible because of the costs, he said, because there's fees involved, like there is with Kushma. Because obviously, the minimum exemption has been removed as well. It's crippling small businesses. Little cottage industries are all going to the wall, you know. They are going to have to find other ways. Need to find cheaper ways to ship stuff abroad to the Europe, what have you, so we can buy your stuff. I would buy your stuff. At the moment, the post is too feckin' high, right? So, work on that as well, Mr. Carney. Yeah. I have a huge amount of respect, okay, for the man and the Canadian people and their boycotts. I think it's impressive. I really do, so fingers, thumbs up, but also elbows as well. Get on the old offensive, that you should. Anyway, time for me to go. So I say toodaloo, you know. Toodaloo.